Your Honor, Mr. David Egan, Your Worship, Mayor Iveson, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, students, parents, staff, and of course, all our little kids around us. Thank you for giving me the opportunity and privilege to give and to pay tribute to our late Honorable Jean Swasneski, the former Minister of Education, Speaker of the House, and many participatory roles and positions in the areas of arts, music, dance, multiculturalism, and community development. 41 years ago, back in 1978, and Mayor, you were not born then at that time, I had the privilege to be part of a group of community leaders from Edmonton and Calgary who decided to establish Alberta Ethnic Language Teachers Association. The group was spearheaded, to name a few, Fiona Pelek, Sabatino Roncucci, Jean Cuff, Nick Spilius, the founder of Alberta Association for Multicultural Education, Mary Labisevsky, the former Mayor Lawrence DeFore, and former Mayor Terry Kavanagh, and a young teacher at that time, the Honorable Jean Swasneski. This association transitioned into Southern Alberta Heritage Language Association in Calgary and Northern Alberta Heritage Language Association in Edmonton, now International and Heritage Language Association. The Honorable Jean Swasneski is the four pillars of our heritage languages in Alberta. He was number one, our navigator in strategizing and founding the association as a non-profit entity. He was our counselor who advised the group, and at that time were mostly teachers, immigrants who were certificated and non-certificated. To become successfully and to be able to settle and integrate into Canadian society as they followed their dream to preserve and retain their heritage language and culture in their new home, Alberta. Mr. Swasneski was the teacher who guided us in developing curriculum and resources to have an excellent delivery of the program of studies. He was the leader who advocated and persuaded the three levels of government, the federal, the provincial, and the municipal, to accept and believe in the importance of the educational and economic impact of the heritage languages as great assets to building the future of the incoming generations of leaders of tomorrow. He was known for his kindness, knowledge, exemplary behavior as a politician, and his sincere involvement in social issues and multiculturalism. He was a public servant and ever ready to be the front line of action. I have met him and have known the Honorable Jean Swasneski not just a teacher, but as an administrator and a politician, but also a great dancer and a musician. It was him that influenced us to build music, song, and dance in our heritage language programs. But above all, he was a very dear friend to many of us, the heritage language teachers, who were encouraged never to give up despite the lack of sustainable funding and the lack of an ideal classroom setting, because at that time we were having our classrooms in church basements. Honorable Jean Swasneski, together with the thousands of students, parents, and teachers, and all the supporters and believers of the importance and value of Heritage and Mother Language Day, we will miss you and thank you with love forever in our hearts. Your work, your legacy will not be forgotten, because right now we want to wish the Honorable David Egan for the announcement that he has given us today, making the Filipino Language and Culture School to be a provincial course from kindergarten to grade 12. And together with our mayor, who is also our great supporter for the language programs. Thank you for that, and hopefully you will carry the torch, the legacy of our Honorable Gene Swastesky for his outstanding leadership in nurturing and keeping alive our heritage and culture in Canadian society. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Our sweet Armenian poem is a description of Armenia's amazing nature, the rivers, the lakes, the unforgettable mountains, and a wonderful sun that is year-round there. Young generations